Computer-generated chess problem 2396 by Chesthetica. Okay, so white has a pair of knights and a bishop against black's lone pawn. It should be easy to force a mate here, right? Maybe bishop captures d5, check, king to g7, knight to c8, king h7, knight e7, king g7, bishop c4, king h8, king to f6, king h7, knight f8 check, king h6, knight f5 check, king h5, bishop e2 mate. A mate in 8 moves. But is there a faster and better way? Let's take a look. Yes, there's a mate in 5, and it involves sacrificing the bishop. Even with such sparse material left, king to g6. Now, let's assume the obvious, pawn captures bishop. There are two ways to proceed, knight to c6 or c8, it doesn't matter, let's say to c6, followed by let's say c3, knight to e7 check, king to h8, knight to e5, and it's critical here that black has a pawn that can move because it's not possible for a king and two knights to checkmate a lone king unless there's another piece or at least a pawn of black's also on the board. Like in this position, the king would be stalemated unless black could play c2, and here knight to f7 mate. So the calculation has to be precise. Most people in this original position here would not take the risk of losing the bishop, but it just so happens, as you can see from the analysis, that the best way, the best move in this position, the shortest mate, is indeed to give up that bishop. But you need to know what you're doing. Let's say black decides not to capture the bishop, king to h8. Well, in that case, knight to c6 all the same. If king to g8, knight e7 check, king to h8, knight to e5 as before. White literally wants to give up that piece. And whether d4 or d captures bishop, knight f7 mate. Thanks for watching.
Chesthetica's Book of Chess Constructs, Volumes 1 through 5. Available on Amazon.